Good morning, Year 6. So today we're going to be looking again at the Alchemist's letter. But this time we are going to describe how Iridium feels at different points of the film, which will then lead up to us writing a diary entry from the perspective of Iridium. Okay? So, we need to pretend that we are Iridium, and we are going to look at it from his point of view. Okay? We're going to look at how Iridium might have felt at different points of the video based on what his father is telling him, and also what he remembers himself. So the first thing that we need to do is we need to watch the video once more.
My father told me the story of an alchemist who built a device so powerful it could turn any metal into pure gold. But to power his device, he fed it his own memories. He had a family, but in his quest for gold, he abandoned them. After the alchemist's death, his son returned to the home he once knew as a child.
My dear son, I have crafted a magnificent device. It burns my memories as fuel. The more precious the memories, the more powerful my machine. Now, I have left here for you my most precious memories. They are memories of the place I fell in love with your mother. They are memories of you, Iridium. I remember your mother. She died alone. Because of the creature I was becoming. I understand why you ran away. I have seen that you now have a daughter. But I fear you may abandon her, just as I abandoned you. My son, now I understand what matters the most. Love, your father, Nicholas.
And so, rumours of a miraculous device remained only rumours. But that night, my father gave me a golden watch and told me what he'd read in the alchemist's letter.
Okay then, so let's just recap the main points. So Viridian went to the house because his father had died. Okay, so he wasn't missing his father, but his father had died and he'd been asked to go to the house. Viridian's father built a machine that worked from memories, and the more powerful the memory, the more powerful the machine became. His mother died alone because his father paid her no attention because his focus was on the machine all the time. So because of this then, Viridian also ran away from home because he felt like his father had abandoned him. So Viridian's father is afraid that Viridian will also abandon his own daughter, okay? So he gave him the pocket watch back to give to his daughter. Maybe this was to remind him to never abandon her, or to remind him of the good times that they used to have. So the moral of the film, so the moral is the message behind it. The message behind the video is that family and love is the most important thing, and that your family will always be there for you to help you in difficult times. So, what I would like us to do today is I would like us to write some feelings down for a few different pictures. So let's start with this picture here. So this is the picture of Viridian um, coming up to the house, okay? So how do you think Viridian might have been feeling here? What I would like you to do is I would like you to write down as many feelings as you can think of that you think he might be feeling here. So if I was you, I would try and put yourself in Viridian's shoes. So your father has just died, your mother died quite a long time ago, and you are going back to the home that you have not lived in for at least 30 years. Okay? So what I would like you to do is write down as many different feelings. They don't have to be the same feeling. There can be a variety of different feelings that you might be feeling at this point. Pause the video now and do that, please. Okay, so here are a few feelings that I thought of. So I thought he could be quite apprehensive. I thought he could be curious, maybe a bit sorrowful. He could be a bit bitter because he thought that his father had abandoned him, his father didn't care. He might feel comforted, but he also might be a bit nervous because he might not know what to expect as he walks into the house. And that one ties in with curious quite well because he's not sure what to expect. So he wants to see what's happened to the house since he left. Okay? And then apprehensive is a bit of a synonym to nervous. Okay? Now have a look at this picture. So this is the picture when Viridian had just entered the house. Okay? So thinking about all those feelings that you think he felt as he was approaching the house, do you think those feelings got more prominent? Do you think that they were different feelings that he felt as he walked inside the house? Were they some of the same but some different? What feeling might he have felt the most walking inside that house? So what I would like you to do is the same again. Pause the video and write me down as many feelings as you can think of that he might be feeling at this point. Do that now, please. Okay, so these are a few feelings that I thought. So I thought he might still feel that bitterness towards his father. Okay. He might also feel a bit of hatred because he can see the machine there, can't he, underneath the um sheet. Okay. He might also feel angry and loathing. That's a bit of a synonym for hatred. He might all those feelings of abandonment might have come flooding back because he felt abandoned because his father had paid more attention to the machine. And he might have felt disgusted as well. Maybe that could be disgusted with himself for how he's feeling, or it could be disgusted with his father. Let's have a look at the next picture. So this is the picture when he has just found his father's note and he's looking at the machine. So the same thing again. How do you think he might be feeling at this point in the video? Pause the video and jot down as many feelings as you can think of. Okay, so these are a few of mine then. So he might feel a bit hostile. He might feel pain because maybe he's reading his father's letter now and maybe he's starting to miss him, is hurting inside. He might feel detestation, so he might detest his father, which goes hand in hand a bit with disappointed. So he might be disappointed that his father's final words to him come through this machine. He might feel some love towards his father, okay, because he's no longer here. Then he also might feel neglect because he's still in the presence of this machine that took up so much of his father's time. Have a look at this picture. So this one is representing the memories, okay? So how might Viridian be feeling when he is looking at the memories? Not just this specific one, but all the memories that he is seeing. How do you think he might feel? Would he still feel all that anger? Would he still feel all that loathing towards his father? Or would he maybe have started to mellow and started to feel a bit of pain, a bit of sorrow? Pause the video and jot down as many feelings as you can think. Okay, so here's a few of mine. So I feel he might feel a bit burdened. So he might think that this is all his problem, it's all his fault. He might feel a bit of happiness because he's remembering the good times with his mother. He might feel a bit of guilt at that point where it shows him running away. Maybe he feels guilty for running away. He might feel a bit mistreated because it's bringing back all the memories that of his father not paying any attention to him and only paying attention to the machine. Maybe he's feeling a bit of sorrow, feeling a bit of sadness because he's never got to know his father properly. And he might be feeling a bit of love towards maybe his mother, his father, maybe towards the little boy that was in the video as well, which was him as a child. And finally, let's have a look at this picture. Oh, it's not finally, actually, I think there's one more after this. How do you think he felt during this picture? So remember, this is the pocket watch that his father gave him when he was younger. And at this point, he has just thrown it away because his mother's just died and he feels his father doesn't care about him. So what would you be feeling at this point if you were Viridian? Pause the video and jot down as many feelings as you can think of. Okay, so I thought he might feel a bit guilty because he's rewatching this back and he realizes that actually that was the most important gift his father had ever given him. So maybe he feels guilt towards his father. Maybe he feels hatred still that he's been abandoned by his father. Maybe he's feeling a bit of remorse, so that's a bit the same as guilt. Maybe he feels a bit crushed. So he feels like all his hopes and dreams were crushed in that one moment, that he felt lonely, felt like there was nobody there for him, he felt abandoned, which goes the same as unloved. And maybe he felt blamed. So maybe he felt blamed for the way that he acted um, with the pocket watch. And maybe he felt blamed for running away and causing his father such pain. And the last one, what about this picture? So this is the picture where his father has found the pocket watch and fixed it, ready for him to give to his daughter. So what do you think Viridian might be feeling here? His father has fixed the pocket watch that he broke and left it for him as his final message to him. How do you think he might feel? Pause the video and jot down as many feelings as you can think of. Okay, let's have a look then. So these are a few of mine. So he might have felt robbed. He might have felt robbed of the precious time that he had with his father. He might feel precious. He might feel like his father really did care about him, which goes hand in hand with love and importance. So he might feel important because his father has actually taken the time to fix that pocket watch which he broke. He may feel determined never to abandon his child like his father did with him. And he might also feel heartbroken because he has just realised how much his father did actually care about him. So, how have your feelings changed then throughout the video? Are you as angry at the end as you were at the beginning? Pretending you are Viridian. Are you as angry with your father at the end of the video as you were at the beginning? How have your feelings changed? Have a think for a second. Okay, so I think that Viridian's feelings have mellowed and he is beginning to realise that his father did love him and didn't want to abandon him. I think the watch at the end made Viridian determined not to destroy his relationship with his daughter, as I think that at this point he is regretting destroying his relationship with his father. Okay? So the main point to take from that is that at the end his feelings had mellowed and he'd started to feel a bit of remorse, a bit of guilt, a bit of regret for not being with his father at the end. So what I would like you to do now then, I would like you to look at your different lists of feelings. Are any of them less powerful than the others? Can you improve any feelings by finding a more powerful synonym? That is your challenge for today, and this will help you in tomorrow's lesson. I'll speak to you again soon, Year 6.